the game today?
Well, spring game, beautiful day. Great to have the fan base out here. It was a fun game. Obviously, it wasn't a traditional spring game tackle, playing with true two teams, but the work we wanted to get out of it, we absolutely got out of it. Got 92 plays in the scrimmage, which was probably honestly about 10, 12 more than I wanted to. We were going to have a running second half regardless, and basically just go off rep total and rep count, and ended up getting a mid, I think it was 92, 93, and I felt like that was a good day for us. Of course, coming out of spring, I feel like defensively, we've had a lot of holes to plug in for guys that were out with injuries, postseason surgeries, and I thought just the fact that they were able to get that type of work with some of our second, third string guys, I think it was really positive for the depth of our football team going into the fall. Can't wait to get those guys back and healthy on defense, but I thought our offense came out today, particularly in that first half, and did what it needed to do. Towards the end, it got a little sloppy, but we were playing a lot of guys that weren't in traditional roles, and so there's going to be some sloppiness towards the tail end, but wanted to make sure every single person on our roster got a rep today, and that was good to see. Graydon Kulik got a completion at the end, I'm overall pleased with what I saw. Quarterback-wise, I thought both of them were highly efficient statistically. I think we got to do a better job getting the ball out of our hands with consistency. Don't want to see any sacks taken whatsoever. But I thought we ran the ball much better today. I thought the quarterbacks did a nice job taking off and scrambling a couple times on called pass plays. And overall, a lot of positive. But this is just the beginning of a journey. Certainly have a long ways to go. So I'm encouraged. I'm fired up about just the work we got in this spring and just laying a foundation for what we're going to do in the fall.
What are you looking for out of a quarterback?
Number one is we want a tough quarterback. Somebody who shows incredible amounts of toughness, and the toughness needs to be displayed in various ways: physical toughness, mental toughness, bouncing back from adversity. And Drew's been very steady in that area. Steve's had a nice spring, and then David Shanley, I think he shows a lot of toughness. He was dang near a live quarterback today because they were a little frustrated trying to get him down, and they just said, let's just go ahead and tackle the guy. So, but the quarterback position, number one, is toughness. Number two, we want to look for a great decision maker that has great instincts, when to take off and run, when to throw the ball away. Saw some of that today. And then the third one, really important, is accuracy. And I think if you look at the statistics today, I think we played an accurate game from a completion percentage standpoint. I think some of the incompletions that we threw were, especially between Drew and Steve, were actually throwaways and avoiding sacks, which is a big growth for us. So that's really what we're looking for and how we're evaluating that position.
Is that quarterback battle going to last throughout the offseason, maybe into fall camp too?
We're going to continue to evaluate the film. I obviously have to take a look at this spring game, and there's a lot of nuances that you see from watching the film in terms of what we're asking them to do. Because a big part of the position is doing what you're coached to do, and so we'll make a decision when the time is right. Whether we set a hierarchy of going into fall camp, we keep it wide open. That'll be determined probably in these next couple weeks.
How close is this offense being to where you want it to be at?
I thought at times today, it's hard to evaluate because a lot of times our first team offense was going against second team, third reserve type defensive players. But I like the flow. I like the tempo. I think they handled a lot of variety. Probably did a little bit more, formationally, motion-wise than your typical spring game. There were certainly some things from a defensive standpoint that were not quite your typical, very simple, vanilla spring game from a formation standpoint. Now, didn't run 17 trick plays or anything along those lines. Had one called and had a missed assignment, so that was obviously disappointing. But I think it would have been a touchdown. But we wanted to get out here and execute our base offense, and I thought we accomplished that in fits and starts.
Where's this program now compared to 4 months ago? How much better are you guys feeling about the direction of this program after your second spring?
I feel great. Feel great. Every day's a new day. Every day's a new opportunity to get better, and that's what I like about the team. We're just lying in the weeds right now. Just kind of laying in the weeds and working and grinding and being ready for when that opportunity does arise, and just knowing that it's not about the show, it's not about what you tweet, it's about what you do. And I like that our program right now is about the actions and doing what you can do to get better, and I've seen that.
I know DeQuan Mobley didn't play today, but is he somebody who could maybe work his way, especially as you try to replace these linebackers?
That was one of the positive developments of spring ball. Was you're talking about DeQuan Mobley,
yeah,
correct? Yes. Just to see his emergence and his growth. First of all, his personal growth. I can't tell you how proud I am of just who he's become. Truly a leader in this team, in this program, and it's saying a lot for a guy that hadn't turned a lot of reps in his career going into his 4th year. So yeah, I really like the direction of Derquan's game. He had a minor lower body injury that if this was game day, he would have played today. So it's not a major injury. He came out healthy. Just we're precautionary because he's become so valuable to what we're doing in special teams and in the depth of the linebacker position.
Coach, you mentioned mobility of the quarterbacks. Is that something that you really want to see this season?
100%. Yeah, we want our quarterbacks to be, just somebody that you have to account for. When you think about the run game, when you think about, dropping out in pass coverage as a defense, that you got to have somebody to account for that player. And I think Mike did a great job at times of getting away from things last year, and that's going to be a big part of what we ask our quarterback to do is play with great instincts. And I want our quarterback to give us at least 3 first downs a game with their legs. That's critical. You give us 3 first down a game with your legs, we're onto something, and it makes the defense really stay off balance.
Was there any significant injuries this spring other than Jakari?
Jakari was the only one, and just a couple minors today. Kyle Bailey had a little shoulder ding. It was more of a stinger. He wanted to come back and play. Came over to me and asked if we could go back in there. And other than that, no injuries of significance.
Any news on Jakari?
Yeah, Jakari underwent surgery, and he's going to be on the sideline for the next 3 months at least that we know.
What did you see in the run game, Coach?
Improvement in the run game. I thought that our offensive line did a good job of covering guys up. Certainly our defense gives us a lot to deal with, front-wise, pressure-wise. I thought that we did a nice job, for the most part when our number 1 offense was out there. We were covering guys up and creating rushing lanes, and I think the stats speak to improvement. It's definitely not complete yet. It's a work in progress, but moved in the right direction. I wanted to see improvement in the run game today.
Thank you.